it's out of rage mode, which means we can set it up for another wall smack. It seems like that's the most efficient way to get Brach into sort of a down state. Because I'm using a relatively slow weapon, trying to get charges when it's spinning around and punching is not easy. What was that? Is that Los? Oh yeah, that's a problem. Where did... Oh, Brachy's over there. Turf 4. Alright. Hard to tell who won that. Maybe we can just have Azarathalos leave. Ooh, bad place. Alright, guy's tail. I'm trying to roll and get rid of this slime before it goes off. Ow. That was not a good trade. That works. There's one more crystal we can drop. I think it's over here. One of these. Is this one? No, saw that one. That one. Ha! Get dunked. Ooh, 600 something. Alright, we did some good damage that round. Keep the pressure on. We should be pretty close to ending the fight. Figure out where. I do like Brach's tail. It's a sort of club-like rook shape. A lot of the weapons sort of reflect that motif. Fine, Brachydios Ebon Shell. Tail drop would have been nice, but I'll take what we can get. Get Brach near the wall. Aw, forgot I can turn when it does that. Get rid of the slime. Oof. Aw. Might as well take advantage of clutch encounters before it gets mad again. Or I could just miss. Didn't have a clean shot. Surprised we haven't got a handbrake yet. Aw. Thought I was out of range of that. Guess not. Interesting little bit of trivia on this particular monster. Kind of like the Savage Devil Joe and some of the other variant types, not subspecies. There is a variant type for this monster that was introduced in, I want to say either 3U or 4U. And it's called Raging Brachiosaurus. And it is this fight, except it starts off slow and pretty manageable. And then as you go along, it becomes more and more angry, and its slime gets more and more volatile. And overall, it's a pretty painful fight. As of the recording of this, Capcom hasn't announced the next new monsters that are coming, but they did say that they're going to be unveiling 2 new variants. And I'd be willing to bet that one of them is going to be Raging Brachii, which is going to introduce a whole new generation of Monster Hunter players to that particular fight. You gonna turf war again? It's not. Ah. Let's try that again. Oh, it broke its head. That's good. Hands? Hands. It's the left arm. I don't think we've broken the right one yet. It's hard to tell. Oh, it's limping. Alright. Good, because we're at almost 30 minutes for just this fight. Whew. Overall, Brachy's a tough customer, but it is a pretty fun monster to fight. Fairly challenging with a slower weapon. I guess I'll have to get better at that particular fight if I want to make any of its gear. Ow. So we can try and lure it into a trap over here. That works. Right.
That takes care of our mission. Let's head back and report.
Now that we've taken out both those two targets, it should allow us to proceed into the next leg of the story. I can't remember what comes next, but we're getting pretty close to a showdown with Valkana. That is coming up at some point. For the fight, we got Ebon Shell, Glowing Slime, which is one of the Brach-specific drops that you need to craft things, Cortex, Pounders, which are got from breaking its arms. The crown comes from its head. This one apparently had 3 crowns. And the rare drop for Brachydios is a Pallium. It's either Pallium or Mantle. And we did not get one of those.
Okay. You've done well. We're the ones to get it done.
We're finally going head-to-head with Valkana. But why the Elder's Recess?
Okay. Didn't realize that we're doing the fight there. Let's see, did it say? Oh, the ship's back. Yeah, alright, nothing to buy there. What we can do is take a look at the gear we got for beating Brach. Then we'll jump straight into the next story quest, which is A Tale of Ice and Fire.
That's alright, Pickle.
I think there's a Brachydios Greatsword line. There we go. Splits from the Radabon line, which stems from the Baroth tree. The Dios Blade, which is... I think that's the same weapon model that they used in the old games. Base damage of 1056, no affinity, decent sharpness, but this one has the blast element. It's a pretty neat greatsword. It'd be pretty much a direct upgrade to the Defender line we were using before. Might be something to think about, depending on if we have any other options for blast-type weapons later. For the armor, the Brachydios set looks like this. It's sort of a armored knight set. It's a little bit less coverage than some of the other ones we've seen so far, but not bad. It's a nice blue. I think the green parts can be color customized. I guess you can see. No, it's not the green parts. Hard to tell what's really changing color. Oh, I see. It's the parts around the green. Okay. For the head, we have agitator and capacity boost. Agitator is the overall affinity and attack boost when monsters are enraged. The set bonus for the Brach set ups that to level 5. Or, excuse me, up to level 7. And at max level, you get 28 attack and affinity by 20% when the monster's enraged. That's a pretty big boost. Capacity boost increases the gun lance and charge blade file capacity by 1. This is useful for gun lance builds because it gives you another shell to use in combat. I might have to put that on the wish list because putting that on my gun lancer build would definitely be handy. The helmet I'm using right now is focus and handicraft. Problem is I need to move my focus armor pieces around in order to get focus 3. So I'll have to figure out how to do that later. The chest piece for the Brach set has Stamina Thief and Agitator. Stamina Thief increases the power to exhaust monsters, make them tired quicker. The hands have Agitator and Blast Resistance. The waist has Blast Attack and Stamina Thief. And the legs have Agitator and Artillery level 2. Overall, not a bad set if you're basing it around blast-based weapons. The capacity boost, again, is something I'll have to think about later. Maybe I can rearrange my armor set when I get some more options in order to get that particular skill on my Gun Lancer build. But that should do it for everything up till now. We can top up our item loadout and then get ready to head back to the recess to fight Velkhana.
Velkhana.
Tale of Fire and Ice in the Elder's Recess. Can't remember exactly what goes on in this fight, but it's going to be a challenge because I've never fought this particular Elder Dragon with the Greatsword before. Pretty much all of the Iceborne main missions are sight reading with the Greatsword.
Hey. Before I left, my grandfather gave me this shard. I think he brought it back from the New World. Yeah, I know. The rules say take nothing back. But still, he wanted me to... Partner, tell me, why do you think people leave their homes, and also their loved ones, knowing that they may never make it back home? I wonder what my grandfather was thinking, bringing this thing back with him. He was a carefree man, but he took researching this very seriously. In the end, he never did find out what it was. Why did he bring it back with him? Why me? Maybe he was thinking, she'll get the job done. 40 years ago, their expedition failed, so they left it to the next generation, hoping we'll succeed. And now we're here because someone believed in us. So you know what? We won't fail. I know it. Let's get you ready, partner. There's still work to do.
It's deep stuff, Handler.